We often paralyze ourselves trying to create a masterpiece. We think that if it isn't polished, profound, or visually stunning, it doesn't have value. But here is the truth. It isn't always about making a work of art. You have to understand that what someone else considers a work of art is not something you can predict. You don't get to decide what moves people. A simple story about your life you share could become someone else's survival guide or inspiration. Think about a person who, in their darkest hour, scribbled a single sentence on a scrap of paper just to get through the next 10 minutes. To a stranger, that paper is just messy handwriting on a piece of trash. But to the person who wrote it, those words were the first steps of their healing journey. That scrap of paper is a masterpiece because it held the weight of a soul when everything was collapsing. A before to an after. Think about a person sitting in silence with a grieving friend offering them their support. He isn't saying anything poetic. He isn't performing a heroic act. To the outside world, it looks like two people just sitting in a room. But to that friend, that silence is a work of art. It's proof that there is hope even in the darkest times. Look at the history of the Slinky. It wasn't designed to be the world's most famous toy. It was a failed industrial spring. When it fell off a shelf and walked down a pile of books, the inventor's wife saw the art in its movement. What was a mechanical failure became a source of joy for millions. The art wasn't in the engineering, it was in the unexpected way it made people feel. It doesn't have to look even impressive to most. In fact, the things that save people are often the things that look the most ordinary. A shared meal, a check-in text, or a moment where you chose to stay when it was uncomfortable to do so. Stop trying to be impressive. Stop trying to predict what the collective will consider valuable. There will always be something or someone better. If you view the world through the lens of competition, but that doesn't invalidate all the people who have had success without being the best, without even thinking they were special. The most profound art most of us can create isn't something we hang on a wall. It's the way we make others feel. And that art can last an entire lifetime as a memory, as a legacy. Do not underestimate the power of your existence. We can all be a miracle to somebody, the answer to a prayer. And what people consider a miracle doesn't always look impressive, but it's entirely personal to them and their journey. And nobody gets to say that's less important. So expand your vision and start creating art. And creating art can be as simple as sharing your presence with those who need it. So go do it. I hope that helps you and ideally inspires you to do collective love. Much love and take care.